A group of women will be gathering this weekend here in the Twin Cities to talk about protecting the earth for the future.
The Women's Congress for Future Generations is hosting its third national conference starting tomorrow. We have Ann Manning joining us now. Tell us a little bit more about the event. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell me a little about how this got started.
You know, my boss, Carolyn Raffensperger, who is one of the nation's leading attorneys and experts on the rights of future generations, really found that women's voices were not being heard in the environmental movement and that they had so much to say.
Yeah.
And so, you know, women are protective of Mother Earth, of future generations. And so she called together women and said, let's have an event. We're going to call it the Women's Congress. She worked with other women to do this. And that was in 2012 in Moab, Utah. And I went to that Congress and said, I think this belongs in the Twin Cities. She happens to live in Ames, Iowa, so it was a perfect Midwest move.
Yeah.
Was there a sense at the time, anyway, that most of the speakers and the leading, at least the people perceived as the leading voices, were men?
Yes,
Yeah.
that many of the big greens were being led by men. I think we see more women today, and I think that's a wonderful thing. But too often, particularly when we see policy being made, we aren't seeing the voices of women really being heard about how do we protect our children and grandchildren, not just from climate change, that's a critical issue we look at, but also from toxic poisonings and things in our household products, lead. We have a woman who's going to speak briefly who has a child who's been affected by lead from an apartment in South Minneapolis.
Why do you think it's important to kind of bring women to the forefront of this issue? You
know, I think one of the ways that somebody talks about it, which I found powerful, is women are the first environment for the next generation.
Oh, wow.
And so we have a natural passion to protect those children. Now, we are women-led, but not women only. We would love for you to come, Jason.
Well, thank you. So you have national-level speakers who will be here?
We do. Dr. Dorceta Taylor, University of Michigan. She grew up poor in Jamaica, had a dream of going to Yale, and did. She now has 2 PhDs, just preeminent environmental justice scholar. And then Vien Trong, a Vietnamese immigrant, came as a child, grew up in Oakland, California, now leads Van Jones Group, the Dream Corps, and Green for All, and grew up on her mom's back in Oregon, picking apples and strawberries.
Wow.
Didn't realize till she was an adult that all people don't live in roach-infected apartments.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That
amazing.
was her surrounding. That's all she knew.
So women can still sign, women and men can still sign up to come?
Yes. Actually, the sign-up is over, but you can come and register on site.
Yeah.
And we will feed you. We have wonderful food. This is going to be a fun event. We have a concert on Saturday night with Claudia Schmidt, Sarah Thompson. Wow. We are good at having fun around these difficult
women
issues.
can throw parties.
We know how to throw a party. That's
well,
right.
all the information is at WCCO.com/links about the 2017 Women's Congress. We're glad that you brought it here to the Twin Cities. It makes
we're
perfect
thrilled.
sense.
It's a perfect place for it.
It's going to be a great event. So
Awesome.
Thanks,
look forward
Ann.
to seeing people. Thank you.